This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Peninsula Home Care.
Did you know there are more male nurses today than ever before in history? And that's a good thing, because as the population ages, the need for nurses, male or female, continues to increase.
But as you probably know, the nursing field is still one that is dominated by women. And some say that's because nursing has been often seen as a more nurturing position. Well, last month was National Nurses Month. And to celebrate, Peninsula Home Care put a spotlight on all the skilled nurses who help patients in the comfort of their own home. Today, we're shining the spotlight on two of the male nurses with PHC. In a field dominated by women, Matt Lawson and Christopher McLean of Peninsula Home Care stand out. They're both registered nurses. Both made a career change to become RNs. Matt was in retail management.
Actually, after my father had had several spells with cancer and then was diagnosed as terminal, and I kind of made a change to come out of the fields that I was in order to kind of give back to the community in a different way.
Chris started in the military.
Got out of the military, became a police officer, then went into EMT. I was an EMT for a while, and then nursing to me was my natural progression into helping a wider variety of people.
Matt and Chris are part of the only 13% of registered nurses nationwide who are men. That number was even lower in their nursing school classes.
Out of the 64 students that started in my rotation, I think there was 6 or 7 males.
Today, Matt is clinical manager of care coordination for Peninsula Home Care.
I supervise the intake and the scheduling of patients' referrals, supervise the staff, help them in the field with the supplies that they need. Basically, I'm the resource behind the scenes to make sure that the clinicians in the home have what they need.
Chris also holds a leadership role at PHC.
So I'm actually the clinical manager in charge of quality performance. I'm also, like Matt, I oversee personnel and staffing needs.
But both still work on the front lines of home health care, and both are sometimes met with a little bit of surprise when they show up.
All the time, typically it starts the day before when you call the patient and say, hi, I'm coming out to visit you tomorrow. And they're like, oh, and you're physical therapy? And you're like, no, I'm the nurse. And they're like, oh, okay. So then you go up the next day and they're like, and they always say, I didn't expect there would be a male nurse.
Matt says male or female, nursing is a rewarding career.
If you're called to be there, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female. It's your calling to take care of these people.
Both say working home health care is a challenging yet rewarding career.
So what actually brought me to Peninsula Home Care is actually be able to see the entire picture, visiting that patient in their house, seeing their families, seeing how they interact with other people, seeing if they're, what they're eating on the daily. So you're getting that holistic approach to their health and their well-being.
It's a phenomenal field to be in because you can take it so many avenues and you can see the rewards of the time and the education that you spend with your patients. I got into part of the reason I got into nursing was to give back to my community and be part of the community. But I'll be honest with you, we get as much out of it as we give back, because the old adage that sometimes you're put where you are for a reason definitely comes true. It has come true for me in my career.
Now, one misconception about home health care nurses is that it's an easy job, and Matt and Chris say that is definitely not the case. They say nurses and hospitals, if you think about it, have doctors with whom they can consult down the hall and medical supplies in a closet within reach. So it really means they got to think faster on their feet. They got to know how to solve problems.
Got to be on top
quicker.
of your game.
Yeah, because anything can happen.
Anything can happen, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.